Academy of Art University's KR News is next. Coming up, failing grades for alternative taxi services and yellow cab.
The impact the downtown subway project is making on businesses and pedestrians in the area.
We'll have the inside story on apps that's making connections for people looking for love.
And Star Wars collectors' dreams will come true. We'll take you to a place right here in the Bay Area you won't believe. All that and more coming up on KR News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here at Academy of Art University's KR News. I'm Marshawn McMahon.
And I'm Vanessa Garcia. Here's what we're working on this evening. The Dallas nurse who was the first to be infected with Ebola within the United States has been identified. It is still unknown how the 26-year-old contracted the disease, but she is currently in stable condition. All the healthcare workers who treated the first Ebola patient reported following all the CDC-mandated anti-infection protocols. Other staff is being examined for possible Ebola exposure as well. The new case is causing healthcare workers across the country to examine their own safety protocols in preparation for a possible Ebola case in their areas.
Bay Area nurses feel that local hospitals are not doing enough to prevent the outbreak of Ebola. Ebola has been heavily talked about subject after the 2 incidents in Dallas. A spokeswoman for National Nurses United says she believes all of the Bay Area hospitals are not prepared and hospitals are not providing training to nurses. Santa Clara County's Public Health Department says it's working as fast as possible to get nurses the training and preparation they need. A virus called endovirus D6-8 is showing up in cities in the Bay Area with symptoms like runny nose, a low-grade fever. Young children are being hospitalized due to trouble breathing. Health officials advise people to wash their hands, keep children home when sick, cover your coughs, and avoid close contact with people who are sick to prevent yourself from catching the virus. The virus is linked to hundreds of severe illnesses and is most common during summer and fall. So far, one 4-year-old boy on the East Coast has died, but hundreds of other children have been hospitalized in other parts of the country.
The Peralta Ferry is back up and running. Services was stopped for a while after a crash into a wooden piling in San Francisco Piers 2041 Sunday afternoon. 10 people went to the hospital with minor injuries, mostly neck and back pain. Meanwhile, the Blue and Gold Fleet ferry had some paint damage. Reporters say the crash is not a mechanical problem and is now being investigated by the Coast Guard for a crew investigation. BART is teaming up with AC Transit to expand late-night Transbay business services. The plan calls for an AG Transit to run its existing late-night lines from SF to Richmond and Fremont more frequently and add a line to the Pittsburgh Bay Point BART station. Buses will run every 20 minutes between 12:30 and 2:30 a.m. These will provide Transbay service for the hundreds of night shift workers while BART trains stop running for the night. Currently, the last BART train is 12:26 in the morning.
Muni is making changes to their San Bruno station. It's all a part of what's being called Muni Forward, which was adopted earlier this March. The first change will involve the 9 San Bruno line. It will be getting bulb changes at the transit stops and a new stop at Bayshore. The project is proposed to cost nearly $4.5 million. Construction is still underway for San Francisco's subway project, but as Patrick Haley found out, it's causing a lot of headaches for people in the area.
The Stockton construction downtown has been hindering commuters for months now, with no plans of being finished before 2019. Not only is the construction an annoyance for local commuters, but it also affects the businesses greatly.
It is a lot slower than I noticed. It's also incredibly loud and obnoxious to listen to all day long. It's hard for people to hear me, so I often have to yell over the noise, and a lot of customers don't want to hang around and eat. They used to hang around my cart and eat, and now they choose to leave and go elsewhere. So the construction has really affected business.
There are several cranes and tractors throughout the streets and overhead tunnels for safety, making it unappealing to go to stores nearby, resulting in low sales.
We see the construction really limit our customers as to what it's been in the past. People don't want to bother with having to come through construction. There's traffic. It's hard to get their cars through if they're picking up large orders. They'd rather things be shipped to their house, not letting them see what our store really has to offer.
The construction continues in several areas throughout the city, such as Soma, Chinatown, and North Beach. The idea of construction is to create a subway network that runs above and underground, making every part of the city accessible. So for at least 5 more years, businesses will struggle. I'm Patrick Haley with the Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
When finished, the subway will connect downtown to Chinatown and North Beach.
Uber, Lyft, and Yellow Cab services have failing grades according to San Francisco's Better Business Bureau. According to the BBB records, Uber alone received 90 complaints, 43 from customers confused about the outrageous pricing. Uber was reportedly unresponsive when approached with the complaints. Lyft received 5 complaints and responded to 2 of them, while Yellow Cab failed to respond to 5 of 5 complaints in the last 5 years. The heads of Uber and Airbnb have been named in Fortune magazine 40 Under 40. It's a prestigious list of people under 40 years of age to watch in the coming years. Both of these executives are from the Bay Area. You may have heard from Travis Kalanick of Uber and Brian Chesky of Airbnb. Uber is currently worth about $17 million, with Airbnb not too far behind.
Your Instagram followers aren't the only ones paying attention to yourselves. Selfies. A company called Ditto Lab is being paid to scan photos on Instagram and Tumblr for product logos, whether it's a drink in your hand or a sports team logo on your hat. Companies such as Kraft pay Ditto for this data to use for targeted ads or consumer behavior. Ditto Labs founder hopes that consumers will one day shop the selfies posted by their friends. There's a new smartphone app that's infusing social media with dating. Tinder is gaining a lot of attention in the dating community for both good and bad reasons. Alexis Moore has more with the story.
Finding your perfect match can now be as easy as swiping to the right on your smartphone. Tinder has become one of the most popular ways amongst teens and young adults to meet and connect with new people. Tinder is a dating app that connects through users' Facebook pages and shows other users pictures and biographies. Swiping a picture to the left means not interested, but swiping to the right could connect you to a possible match, should they swipe right on your picture too. Roxanne Mata is just one of many users to enjoy the app's services.
Nowadays, people don't go up to you like at a coffee shop or anywhere at a bar to like ask you out for dinner or whatever, and it's just an easier way to meet people.
Along with finding actual dates through the app, Tinder has also become a way for people to connect and network with other users in their area.
The whole concept, it's like a dating app. You can make friends through it. I mean, I was traveling around the world during summer, and going on Tinder and meeting people was just easy way to meet other foreigners or other travelers at that same time.
Tinder hasn't been well received by everyone and is no stranger to problems. A culture of quick hookups has been linked to the app rather than actual dating and romance. This has turned away many potential users from downloading it.
Tinder is not really for me. Also, I would say that Tinder, you can get catfish, and you can be talking to a male, but you might think it's female.
Tinder has also affected the way a lot of people interact with each other, both romantically and casually. Trent Stokes says that's one of the reasons he stays away from the app.
I definitely think it's become more superficial. I also think it makes it just really impersonal. You don't have the magic of looking across the room at a girl no more.
Tinder isn't for everyone, but if you're looking to make friends or a possible love connection, the app could be right for you. Roxanne believes everyone should give it a try.
I recommend it. I mean, I just recruited 2 of my old teammates to get on it because it's entertaining.
In San Francisco, I'm Alexis Moore for Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Tinder is available for free download in both the Apple App Store and the Android market.
Snapchat pictures that you thought were gone may not be, according to reports. Users who have sent pictures through a third-party app were hacked and released onto a message board for everyone to see. Reports indicate that 13 gigabytes worth of pictures were taken from this third-party app, many of those being nude pictures sent from underage kids. Snapchat owner said that company security was never compromised and people using the third-party apps were violating terms of use contracts. The nude pictures were immediately taken down once found.
Now we go to Joey Marchini to hear about what's going on at AAU this week.
Come bring your best shot to the annual Gatorade Pong Tournament. There's a $5 entrance fee for each player, and all the proceeds go to Make-A-Wish Foundation. Battle your way to the top to be named Gatorade Pong Champion of 2014. The tournament will be held at 601 Brandon Street and welcome to all students and faculty. Looking for a fun way to get fit? AAU offers many ways to be active that you could easily fit into your busy schedule. Every Monday through Friday, you can choose to attend Zumba, yoga, hip-hop dance, salsa, fit camp, and a TRX class. You can find class times and locations and sign up at my.academyart.edu. Speak Out, everyone has a voice. Speak Out is a club at ArtU with a mission to give every student the platform to tell their story. Their main focus is spoken word poetry, but are open to singing, stand-up comedy, videos, and anything that helps tell your story. Speak Out promotes vulnerability and helps people get over their fear of public speaking. Speak Out meets every second and fourth Friday night from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Art Cafe. Sign up the night of, before the event begins. All are welcome. Season 4 of Academy Idol has officially begun. Academy Idol is AAU's live television singing competition aired every Wednesday from 5 to 6:20 p.m. and will be for the rest of the semester. Written by Multimedia Communications Department Head Jan Yanahiro, the show has seen success in the past, winning Best Producer and Best Director in Spring Show 2012. The winner of Academy Idol receives an all-expense-paid trip to any singing audition in America. Come watch the show live at 79 New Montgomery. Space is limited, but all are welcome to watch and cheer for the next Academy Idol. If you love sports, there's a nation for you, the Urban Knight Nation. This is the official fan club of Academy of Art Athletics. Join the nation and purchase your Urban Knight Nation t-shirt for just $5. Earn points by attending as many sporting events as you can. All your points add up and go towards prizes that you can redeem. Go make some noise for your Urban Knights. All sports schedules are posted online or follow Urban Knight Nation on Twitter at @RU_Nation. There's a lot of different events that might interest you at AAU. Be sure to check some out.
Thank you, Joey. San Francisco is one of the 4 American cities on the list to potentially be the 2024 Olympics host. The 3 other cities in that running area, Los Angeles, Boston, and Washington, D.C. According to the United States Olympics Committee, Los Angeles hosted the Olympics Games in both 1932 and 1984. So it would seem only fair to let any of the other 3 cities because it would be each of those cities' first time ever hosting. The NCAA is following in the footsteps of the MLB with new video replay legislation. Our own Joey Marchini has the story.
The NCAA approved the expansion of video replay for the upcoming 2015 season. The new ruling allows umpires to conference on close plays and decide if a play needs to be reviewed. This includes force plays or tag plays at each base, fair or foul balls, and fan interference on home runs. I was able to speak with University of San Francisco's Associate Head Coach Troy Nakamura about his opinion of video replay.
I think it has a chance to positively affect the game, primarily because there's just, logistically, there's fewer umpires at the collegiate level than there is the major league level. So an eye in the sky could prove to be very useful.
The NCAA issues 3 umpires per game, whereas the MLB has 4. Coach Nakamura shares with us how having an extra set of eyes could have changed the game last year.
The ball actually went over the yellow line here at Benedetti, and if it goes over the yellow line, the net is supposed to sag enough for the ball to drop down and not come back into the field of play, because the nets are offset. Well, there's a cord, which is significant. We're talking 6 feet higher than the home run line, and the ball hit off of that and came back into the field of play, and the umpire ruled it a double because he said the ball came back into the field of play.
Coaches and players always feel that they get shorted out on close plays, so the idea of a second look may be appealing. But to umpires, an instant replay may feel like a replacement.
I think instant replay in college will affect the game negatively. It makes us as umpires second guess what we call. We have to really take that extra tenth of a second to make a call because you're thinking about instant replay and how it's going to make you look as an official.
In San Francisco, I'm Joey Marchini, KART News.
The NCAA hopes the new legislation will call for a more even playing field.
For everything sports, here's our own Cody Edmonds to keep you updated on it all.
Academy of Arts sports have really ramped up this fall as volleyball took on Point Loma University. Battling the tough Point Loma team that came in 8-1 in Pac-West Conference play, RU Volleyball ended up on the wrong end of a 3-1 final. Academy of Art came back from a 2-0 deficit with 8 kills by sophomore Emily Papale in a turnaround third set, but the Sea Lions ended up holding on in the fourth. Melissa Brum finished with a team-high 14 kills to go with 11 digs for 15th double-double of the year. Papale added 13 kills, 9 digs, while Smith notched 35 assists and 14 digs. For now, the 8-9 Urban Knights, who are 3-6 in Pac-West play, return home to Kezar Pavilion this coming week to take on Fresno Pacific this Wednesday. The Academy of Art University's men's soccer team was close to getting a late-game victory on Thursday against the 7-2 Fresno Pacific Sunbirds, but came up short after an eventful last few minutes. Thanks to a foul in the box by Fresno Pacific's Martin Cams, which drew him a yellow card at the 87th minute mark, Urban Knights were awarded with a penalty kick. Christoph Urbanyi made it good on the opportunity for his second goal of the season, making the score 2-1 with 2 minutes to play. However, Academy of Art would not get another shot off as the Sunbirds controlled possession for the final 127 seconds of the game to hold on for the win. FPU's win snap RU's streak back-to-back shutout victories while putting the Sunbirds at the top of the Pac-West standings with 15 points. Academy of Art travels to Southern California this week for 2 Pac-West matches. Thursday, the Urban Knights face Cal Baptist in Riverside. Then Saturday, they face Point Loma Nazarene in San Diego. Talking fall sports, baseball isn't usually in the mix, but RU Baseball had their first game of the year with newly hired head coach Dan McDermott. Just a scrimmage, but it's important in the long run as baseball gets their first taste of what their new head coach can do. We start with senior Nate Gherkin pitching, hoping to shut down Laney. He's in a little trouble in the third when Laney gets runners on first and second with 2 outs, but Nate gets the pop fly to center field to end the inning. RU's turn now as Joey Marchini bats with no outs, runner on third. And he gets the high and inside pitch and gets the walk. That was Joey's third walk on the day. Later in the inning, Joey steals second, and Greg Ivory on third tries for home, but Laney cuts the ball off and throws him out at the plate. RU Baseball ended up winning 6-3 in the scrimmage and has high hopes for the season. 3 different goal scorers and a strong defensive effort kept the Academy of Art University's women's soccer team at bay this Thursday night, as Fresno Pacific defeated the Urban Knights 3-0 in a Pac-West Conference game at Ramirez Field. Fresno Pacific led the shots category 19-9 and were aggressive all night, getting called for offsides a game-high 6 times. But good news for RU, Michaela Martigue made her 7 saves in her first career start as goalkeeper. Academy of Art travels to Southern California next week for 2 Pac-West Conference matches. Thursday, the Urban Knights face Cal Baptist in Riverside. Then Saturday, they take on Point Loma Nazarene. And with this exciting week in sports, be sure to tune into all your favorite Academy sports. Back your athletes and they'll back you.
Thank you, Cody. Up next, we have Kiana Moody with her opinion on a new rule that recently went into effect in the NCAA.
As of August 1st, the NCAA Board of Directors approved a rule change allowing Division I athletes to receive unlimited meals and snacks. Not just the athletes who are on scholarship, but also the walk-ons. While D1 athletes are celebrating and eating well, it's a different story for us D2 athletes. Division II athletes who are actually on scholarship and were awarded meal plans now have a minimum amount of meals, and people like me who don't even have a meal plan have to completely fund ourselves. I personally think that D2 athletes on scholarship should have definitely gotten free meals before the Division I walk-on athletes. I feel like we're putting in just as much work every day as they are, and we deserve the same treatment. But that's just my opinion.
Thanks, Kiana. We're now joined in the studio by a talented musician here from the Academy. Alexis Moore has the interview.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alexis Moore, and welcome back to the KART studio, where I'm joined today by Lake Stovall, an up-and-coming musician from the Virginia Beach area who's now living in San Francisco. Thank you, Lake, for being able to stop by today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Of course, of course. So tell me, you've been working a lot with your music and your craft lately. I remember having several discussions with you just in the cafeteria and just hanging out. What do you think is the hardest thing that you're having to come to terms with in terms of creating your music and getting your vision out there?
Well, being an artist, and especially in today's generation, you have to understand, like, everyone's trying to be an artist, you know? And so when, I guess, discovering your sound and discovering who you are and what you want your image to be and what you want your message to be, that's really what it is. It's discovering who you are as a human being.
That's one of the things that you've really had to focus on, is trying to differentiate yourself from everyone out there. Now, you're from Virginia Beach, you're living in San Francisco. How do you think the two different coasts have helped influence your sound? Because what would you categorize your genre as, if you even want to use that word?
Well, playing music in Virginia and then, well, starting and learning music in Virginia and then coming to San Francisco has been a big change, not necessarily, I guess, sound-wise, as what sound I'm putting out and what genre I'm playing. Being from Virginia and playing music over there has been more of a thing. Like, the biggest difference is the people, right. You know, playing music in Virginia, there's a lot of people, yeah, they'll support you, and then there's some people that will drag you down, and there's some people that will just simply just hate on your music, and then people that'll just be like, oh, so-and-so is better than you, and da-da-da. And then, you know, you kind of have to overlook that over there, because there's a lot of, there's a crazy amount of talent in Virginia, and, you know, I love it, because I learned music over there. I taught myself music over there and surrounded myself around amazing artists and musicians over there.
Now, for your fans and for people that want to get in touch with your music, is there a page that they could find you on, or?
I'm mainly on Instagram. I post everything I'm doing, everything I'm about to do. On my Instagram, it's just Lake Stovall. Even on my Facebook, I have a Facebook artist page, Lake Stovall Music. I'm actually coming out with a single soon. I'm praying that you guys like it as much as I do.
Definitely.
But yeah, definitely you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook. And yeah, I'm coming out with a single soon.
Definitely. Well, we're looking forward to hear it. I know everybody is excited to hear more of your sound. That's going to do it for us here in the studio. Thank you, Lake, for stopping by. We really appreciate it. I'm Alexis Moore with Academy of Art News. Back to you.
Thanks, Alexis. Lots of things happening on the entertainment front. Amanda Caramillo joins us tonight, filling in for Melissa Brown. Amanda?
Hi. Welcome to this week's latest in entertainment. A lot of movies opening up this week with some big names. The first movie is Fury, opening nationwide. Based in April of 1945, a battle-hardened Army sergeant commands a Sherman tank and 5-man crew on a deadly mission behind enemy lines. The leading men are Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, Logan Lerman, Scott Eastwood, and John Bernthal. And behind the camera, David Ayer, who directed it.
Brad's an absolute pleasure to work with. I mean, he's a great guy. He's just solid. He's solid. You know, the biggest challenge is everybody thinks they know what a World War II movie is. So when you sort of step outside of the program, you know, you really have to reinvent the wheel.
That's not one you'll want to miss. Also coming out this week is a dramatic comedy, Men, Women, and Children. Produced by Paramount, it stars many big names such as Adam Sandler, Jennifer Garner, and recent heartthrob Ansel Elgort. This movie shows teenagers trying to navigate the way internet has changed their communication, self-image, and their love lives.
It has shaped everyone's lives, but in not like really a specific way that's sort of harmful or not harmful. I think people coming away from this movie can think two different things. They can think, oh, I gotta get off my cell phone, or oh, I can use my cell phone, but just it's also teaching people to be more aware.
Men, Women, and Children is rated R. If you like staying in this weekend, X-Men Days of Future Past has just been released on DVD and Blu-ray. You may have already seen it in the theaters, but don't pass this one up. Watching a group of mutant superheroes traveling back in time to prevent mutant genocide while facing obstacles trying to peacefully coexist with humans might be something you want to watch in bed, cuddled with some popcorn. If you're an exploring kind of person, head on over to the Exploratorium for Market Days. This is a series of free, open-air mini-festivals. They bring together scientists, artists, and educators to show new ideas and activities. Just in case you're busy that Saturday, not to worry. This event happens every third Saturday of the month. It's free and fun for everyone. But if cooking is more your thing, head down to the Ferry Building for the Waterfront Farmers Market that will include free seasonal cooking demos. There are over 120 food, fruit, and vegetable vendors on Saturday. It operates year-round from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Lots of things to do this weekend. The weather is looking good, so go out there and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Amanda. And our winning Star Wars collection isn't in a far galaxy. It's located in Petaluma, California. Amanda Carmillo is back with more with the story.
Once home to over 20,000 chickens, Rancho Obi-Wan is now home to something different. All started by one man and his love of Star Wars.
Hi, I'm Steve Sansweet, and this is Rancho Obi-Wan. Rancho Obi-Wan is the world's largest collection of Star Wars memorabilia, and it's in Petaluma, California.
Walking through, you will see everything from stormtrooper buckets, to toothpaste, to collectible busts, and everything in between. A collection so big that it's honored in the Guinness World Records book. In addition to being a world record collection, Rancho Obi-Wan hopes to inspire generations of Star Wars fans.
We're really fortunate that we have a lot of school-age kids of all ages from various schools that come and be inspired by the force of imagination.
This collection that has been growing for 37 years definitely leaves an impression on those who visit.
Actually, going to Rancho is kind of an overwhelming experience at first because there's so much. I walked in and there was the room full of pinball games, and it just, it blew my mind. I could live in there.
The first time I went, my jaw just dropped. He had so much stuff, I honestly couldn't believe it. It's like a little kid's dream come true, but even adults' dreams were coming true.
With new items being added to Rancho Obi-Wan almost every day, this is a place you will want to visit more than once. In Petaluma, I'm Amanda Camarillo for Academy of Art University's K-Art News.
Wow, what a collection. For more information on how to visit Rancho Obi-Wan or become a member, you can visit www.ranchoobiwan.org.
It looks like a very fun place to visit. Well, that's it for this edition of K-Art University's K-Art News. For everyone here, thanks for watching. I'm Marshawn McMahon.
And I'm Vanessa Garcia. Have a great evening. See you back here tomorrow. Good night.